It's that most wonderful time of the year, the NFL playoffs, as we're underway on EA Sports. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. 5 yards on the game's first play, 2nd down.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
Here we go.
They'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Shaw. Down the left sideline. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there. 64 yards. And the Giants will strike first here in this wild card matchup.
Well, this has been a quick strike offense all season long, finding many different ways to manufacture big plays.
They had a big playoff preview today in the papers, and it was about who would set the tone. Well, they just set the tone right there. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Love going to break the huddle, lead the Packers up here 1st and 10, right at the 30. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. To throw now. Here's Love. He's going to let it go again. And this is going to be intercepted. It's Deonte Banks with it. And the Giants are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, your first drive of the first quarter, you get it down there, try to fire it in the end zone, and big-time deflation on that play.
No doubt about it. They're moving and grooving and getting into position, and this is not the ending that they saw on this drive, is it? They had things going their way.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They'll check this one down to Pacheco. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Here's a 2nd and 7. He'll get this complete to the rookie first-round pick. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
Very nicely done there on the reception, and what an impact this rookie made on this offense, Charles, in the regular season.
Yeah, he's a big part of why they are where they are. He stepped into an important role, embraced it, and in a lot of ways expanded it, and immediately made a connection with his quarterback.
Yeah, he's got to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. Here's Pacheco headed right, and nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
He finds his man, complete. It's Bradley. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
Now, that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. He'll get that to his tight end, Theo Johnson. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be fourth down.
Let's go.
They'll set up to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they'll get this down to the 10. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against him.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out.
So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
So after the made field goal, 10-0 here early as the kick's away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Throwing. Love.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
And that is not what you expect from a receiver of his caliber. Sometimes you get a little ahead of yourself. You don't look it in, and all of a sudden it's on the ground. A surprise to all.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. To pass, here's Jordan Love. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go up the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
They'll hand off to Reynolds. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line.
It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
Well, when you're a road team in the playoffs, when you're a wild card, what's the one thing you need to be able to do to stay in football games? Run the football. And that's an excellent job right there of identifying where to go and picking up good yardage.
Here's Love. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers have cut it back within a score. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Second down and 4. Play fake, and they'll throw with Penix.
Out to his left. He finds his man complete. It's Shaw. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
A give right side for Pacheco.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter.
10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. They'll throw with Penix.
Flushed out right.
And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
On the handoff, it's Pacheco. And he's got this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Packers' 26. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. So a nice run there, and I have to think a strong running game in the playoffs, maybe even more critical than the regular season. And if you go by the numbers, the man they have running it here, he was the best in the NFL.
And since he led the league in rushing yards, I think it means he's going to see the ball a lot in this game, too, because that's what they're built like. That's what they're built around. So I think the offensive line, the tight end, the wide receivers, everyone is coming together, wanting him to get the ball and get it often, and they want to carve some holes out there for him.
And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Let's go.
They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. 7 yards there and a first down.
So many play callers in the red zone worry about the negative effects of a play that they're about to call. But this guy, all he's worried about is gaining yardage and putting the ball in the hands of his playmakers.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Operating from the gun, Penix.
And he whips that one incomplete there.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
They'll set up a throw.
Over the middle, taken in by Neighbors.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Ready?
3rd and 3.
They're going to look to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. From 4 yards out. And the Giants add 6 to their lead. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Extra point try now for Patterson.
It's good to make it 17-7.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. They just do get the play off. Love going to throw it. Flush to his right. On the run. He'll let this go deep right side. Oh, wide open. Complete. Touchdown, Packers. A great effort there. 70 yards. And the Packers are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be second down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
A handoff now for Pacheco. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, and go for a touchdown. But the runs that really make it work are the ones where you just get what you need, right? And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
A play fake. Now Penix. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
And now an audible here into something else. Looking to throw, Penix. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Well, now they'll try the end around. The 20. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. 1:55 left to go in the first half of play. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. They'll run here with Pacheco. And he will take it all in. A Flood Giant touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco. A 9-yard touchdown run. As his guys are able to extend their lead.
Sometimes you get a first and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line, and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on first down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one. Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you've got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
Love now. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Parks. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. He finds his man, complete. It's Parks. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down.
And that play came together really well for them as he found open space, makes the catch, and gets down to the 1-yard line. You know he's kicking himself right now. He thought he had a chance to get a touchdown and put that in his ledger. Instead, his team gets a chance to cash in over these next few plays.
On play action, Love to throw. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, Davis.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right?
Now a run with Pacheco. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Here's Penix. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
The way he's been slinging in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's going to have to wait to try and pick up that third, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Let's go now. Hey, Smash.
Off play action, here's Penix. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
A tough spot here. 3rd and 15.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready?
And looking to throw, Penix.
And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown.
Malik Nabers,
As the first half is winding down.
and the Giants would extend their lead here just before halftime.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it. We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Final play of the half, Love. That is caught. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put the...
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. That one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Quay Walker from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He finds his man complete. It's Shaw. 23 yards the pickup there.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
To the air, Penix. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, after watching him ring the bell that many times and put the ball in the end zone, throwing it, you had to figure they had to bring some type of pressure. They had to change things up on defense.
And able to get to him, put him on the ground, so maybe just something to throw him off a little bit.
Yeah, that had to feel a lot better for the defensive guys. They've been getting carved up in this one. To finally knock him on the ground and force an incompletion, that's got to be a sigh of relief.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. They'll go play action here with Penix. Oh, a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. Picked up by Christian Gonzalez. And the Packers are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And, look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Following the interception, Love. They've got his his man, complete.
Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
Love looking to throw it.
Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
Oh, and that's kind of how it's gone for him so far. That was a ball they need to get back in this game. A quick strike, a big play. But he led his guy too far, and it winds up over his head.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he is going to lose yardage here. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. To throw now, here's Love. Touchdown, Packers!
Christian Watson,
29 yards.
and the Packers take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points.
That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. Here's Pacheco to begin the drive.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Now Penix.
He'll rifle this one deep right side.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Packers are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
Now Love. Trying to lay one up deep. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
It's Deonte Banks with it, down the left sideline.
And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37.
Well, their defense got him the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, in the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brandon, I almost expect you to come to like an auctioneer. We've got 2, we got 2. Do I hear 3? Remember, it was 2 in a row. Would we hit 3 in a row? Because these offenses, they got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused.
They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Oh, design run for their wideout. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Touchdown, Giants. A great play there. 35 yards.
And the Giants are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. 10 touchdowns for the rookie in the regular season. He's got his first here now in the playoffs.
And it shows off his big play ability, too, because we saw this quite a bit in college, and it's certainly continued here at the next level. Another explosive play for a guy who's made them all season long.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Open is Powell. That's complete. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. Here we go on 4th down. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And this defense will take over right at midfield. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
Penix working out of the gun here. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
Third quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10. Pacheco gets it up the gut.
And he's going to get this one down to the 45. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
He'll look to throw.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
Let's go now. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates.
They are going for it. Penix. He's got his target. That's complete.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process.
Here we go, here we go.
They run it with Pacheco from the gun. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
I don't care what the emphasis is in the NFL at any given time. Every defense is still going to say their #1 goal every game is stop the run. And right now, they're not doing that, and that really chips away at your confidence.
2nd and 6.
Here's Pacheco once again. And he's got this pretty close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Packers' 13-yard line. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. 1 quarter remains in this NFC Wild Card matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's the Giants with the football and also the lead as we get set to start quarter number 4. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try for the first with Pacheco. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal.
As I take a look at the clock, I realize that this drive has eaten up a good portion of the 4th quarter already. Got to tell you, partner, when you're trying to salt away a game, this is exactly what it's supposed to look like.
Play fake, and they'll throw with Penix. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Headed straight, it's Pacheco.
And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal?
Pacheco once more, but he will go backwards as he's stopped for a loss.
That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
There have not been a lot of great moments for this defense throughout this game. Finally, they have one they can hang their hat on. A nice stop there.
Patterson's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so that you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Off the play fake, Love.
That's going to be caught by Rivers.
Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and it's second down. Love, they go play action now. He'll buy some time right. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on second down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He didn't scramble for it first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
Here's Love.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Throwing. Love. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Well, I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Here's 2nd and 10.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. Looking deep downfield. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. A great effort there with his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Packers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth.
Point after, right down the middle. And that cuts this lead down to 13. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And they are looking good. A 2-score lead here in this fourth quarter as they hope to capture a spot in the divisional round next weekend. They'll start the drive here with Pacheco.
Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Looking to throw, Penix. That one taken in by Neighbors.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. So the completion good for 7 there. And now third down and 6 to go.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Here we go. Here we go.
A play fake. Now Penix.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the fourth as they go to work on a crucial. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. And the Giants are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go.
102 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the wild card round.
And in a situation like this, you're in the second half with the lead, trying to get to the division round. They're going to let him do his thing on the ground, and that's a great run there to pick up a first down.
On first down, they go back to Pacheco. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 6. They'll throw with Penix. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. It's a big-time play there for the G-men. 48 yards.
And this is seemingly how it's been all game long. This defense has been just a step too slow. And here they're burned again. Another big play.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. The tight end in motion right.
Now here's a fake on the jet sweep as they'll go instead with Pacheco.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. Now they'll send a tight end in motion left.
He's going to get it on the jet sweep.
And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. Whistles and a timeout at the 2:05 mark. So this defense wanting to get one more pause in before the 2-minute warning, and they do just that. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards?
They'll try and throw. Here's Penix.
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
And the Packers are right back in this football game.
So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted. And that should do it.
Now he's free to midfield.
And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his third interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
Yeah, you only get a 1-yard buffer there from the line of scrimmage, and he got downfield a little too far, and the flag came out.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. He's got him in, complete. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. A big play there. He scored on the ground and through the air.
And the Giants continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead.
The Giant offense going to stay on the field as they'll go for 2. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he's going to be hit and taken down in the backfield. Just nowhere to run that time. And the try for 2 is snuffed out.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately...
And this will be caught at the 30. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A great play there. Saving his best for the playoffs with his third touchdown of the game.
And the Packers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Extra point splits the uprights, and they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be covered up by the Giants. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, the great coach has said football's really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
Go!
This is Pacheco.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Third down and 10.
Come on, set!
They'll run again.
And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
On the bootleg, it's Penix.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Giants go on 4th, but come up empty. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop.
Here's 1st and 10. Love.
He's going to let it fly. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Just a difficult situation to be in here in the final minute. Down 2 scores. You know you need some providence from somewhere. They're going to keep firing away till the end, but this one falls incomplete.
They'll come up now on 2nd down. Here's Love.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
Well, the crowd here at MetLife Stadium in full roar. 3rd down. Now Love. That is caught.
And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. Now the Giants season will continue at least another week as we say so long, everybody.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we sign off from MetLife Stadium.